Let's shift our focus to Israel now, where anger is growing against Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. On Thursday, the family members of hostages captured by Hamas were joined by parents of soldiers and reservists in putting pressure on Netanyahu. They've petitioned the High Court of Justice, demanding that the Attorney General's office check whether the Prime Minister's wartime decisions were affected by his ongoing criminal trial. The petitioners, who were represented by advocate Daphna Holz-Lechner, wrote that they had sent a letter on the 8th of May inquiring about whether Netanyahu's conflict of interest agreement, which he signed in 2020, applied to his decision-making in the war. The petitioners said that they had not received an answer and demanded that the High Court direct the attorney to answer immediately. The 8th of May letter to the Attorney General was based on a High Court ruling days prior. The ruling turned down a petition similar to the current one, but noted that if the Attorney General believed that there was a conflict of interest between the Prime Minister running the war and his criminal trial, she would need to update the agreement accordingly. What is their case? Now, the petitioners argued, for example, that Netanyahu had requested several delays in his criminal trial due to him being busy running the war. They say that this shows that the Prime Minister had an incentive to prolong the war. They say he did this to delay his trial. The family of hostages also argued that they were the citizens most affected by decisions regarding the war. They said that decisions by the Prime Minister could impact them immensely regarding either the length and scope of reserve duty, the danger to soldiers, the well-being of the hostages, or all of the above. Now, according to a report on Thursday, United States officials estimate that as few as 50 hostages in Gaza are still alive. The assessment, based on a combination of Israeli and American intelligence, puts the number of deceased hostages at 66. This is a far higher number than Israel has publicly confirmed. It confirms the worst fears of family members who say that time is running out for their loved ones after nearly 9 months in Hamas's captivity. Meanwhile, the Israeli Defense Forces have confirmed the deaths of 41 hostages still in captivity based on intelligence and findings obtained by their troops in Gaza. Remember, talks for a deal to free the hostages, including the remains of those killed in captivity or during the 7th of October attack, have failed to make any progress in recent weeks. Hamas is still insisting on a permanent halt to fighting in Gaza, a condition rejected by Netanyahu, who says that for him, the war can only end with the defeat of Hamas. What's more, there are also concerns that the rescue mission by Israel this month may have negatively affected the remaining hostages. Hamas may have tightened up their security. In light of these events, public pressure on Netanyahu to seal a deal and free the remaining hostages has been building, especially since US President Joe Biden last month publicly presented an Israel-backed proposal. On Thursday, family members of hostages held in Gaza blocked the highway in Tel Aviv, Ayalon Highway in Tel Aviv. It was part of an organized demonstration aimed at pressuring the Netanyahu government to call for early elections and agree to a hostage deal with Hamas. Not just at home, Netanyahu is feeling the pressure from the international community as well. Despite the pressure, neither Netanyahu nor Hamas appear willing to budge. The negotiations remain stalled. For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.